Hello. I feel not like Mr. Rogers, except I'm not going to change my shoes. Anyway, welcome to the second lesson of Chair Yoga at Home during the coronavirus. I'm Deborah, and I wanted to read for you today a quote from a person named James Barrows, and it's about mindfulness. Because I know all of us are a little bit worried, and the world is crazy right now. Everything is very different. But if we can just stay in the moment, stay where we are, which is easier said than done, but if we can remind ourselves when we start to get upset or start to get worried, right now, I'm here. This is my body. I'm in my body. I'm dealing with what's happening right now. Not what already happened, not what's in the future. And this is sort of a good way to look at things. He says, mindfulness is simply being aware of what is happening right now, without wishing it were different. Enjoying the pleasant without holding on when it changes, which it will. Being with the unpleasant without fearing it will always be this way, which it won't. So this will eventually end. Everything does. And when you start to get worried, remember, it will end, but the thing that matters is what's happening right now. So before we start our class, I want to remind you of the rules. Rules. Don't do anything that hurts. If I'm doing this, and this feels better to you, or this feels better to you, or this feels better to you, then do that. If you try to do this and it hurts, you'll just tense up and it will cause more pain. You don't want that. So do what works for you. Maybe this arm can do it and this arm can. I have lots of students who do that. So be careful. Take care of yourself. The next thing is keep breathing. Every now and then we might have a breath where you hold your breath a little bit, but basically just keep breathing. And keep breathing through your nose, unless with allergy season coming, you can't. But breathe through your nose, because that sends the signals to your brain. When you inhale, it energizes. When you exhale, it relaxes. Take care of yourself. You're in charge. I may ask you to do something, and something inside you says, I don't think so. Then don't do it. Do something else that you like, or just wait until the next thing. Also, any forward bends. If we're going down like this, see how my head is lower than my heart? If you have glaucoma or unregulated high blood pressure, never let your head go lower than your heart when we're doing a forward bend. So in that case, you might just go to here. See how my head is still in line with my spine? Or you can even go to here, but you don't let your head go. So those are the cautions and the rules, and basically you want to be comfortable. I put a little wedge on my chair because this chair slopes down in the back. You want it to at least be even, and maybe even a little bit higher in the back. You can use a towel, or you can use a blanket or something that's folded under in the back to make it a little higher, if that works. Because the idea is to have your hips, I have my hands on these hip bones right here. It should be higher than your knees. If you're up like this, then you need to put more blankets under your butt until you can have your hips higher than your knees. If you're way up higher, then you might want to put some books or something under your feet, but not this. Or maybe even just a blanket or a towel under your feet. You don't want to be like up like this. Or get a shorter chair. Okay, enough of that. Let's go on and have our class. So sit tall, lean forward. If you're willing, pull back the flesh on the buttocks so that you're sitting on your sit bones. And this gives you your nice curve in the back and your good posture. And then bring your chin back And imagine a string at the back of the top of your head, lifting up your head just gently. And you may feel like your chin is tilted forward, but it probably isn't. It's probably now where it should be. If you're willing, close your eyes. If you don't like closing your eyes, then just look gently at the floor. Take a breath and notice where you are. Feel your sit bones on the chair. Feel your feet on the floor. Let your shoulders go. And notice what your breath feels like. Is it fast or is it slow? Is it high up in the chest or low down in the belly? Is it shallow or deep? Is it ragged or smooth? And there's no right or wrong answer, it's just whatever is. And today we're going to do a very basic breath called the three-part breath. Although it's not really a three-part breath, it's more of a wave of breath. But we study it in 3 parts. So the first part, bring your hands down on your low belly, below your belly button. And as you inhale, let your belly expand. And as you exhale, just let it go. You don't have to push in or anything, just let it go. Inhale, let the belly expand. And this time, maybe do push in a little bit when you exhale. Push a little more air out. Then just let the air come in. The belly will expand, and then let it come back out. Pushing it out a little bit more than normal. Not a lot, but a little bit. And do that 2 more times. Filling up your hands with your belly as it expands, and then feeling the hands come back in as your belly contracts. Now some people, this feels backwards. If this feels backwards to you, then try to do it anyway. Just force yourself to do it. Don't force yourself, but try doing it this way. And if it's too annoying, then just breathe deeply. Now bring your hands up to your low ribs. Fingers are coming toward each other. Relax your shoulders. And breathe in again. You'll fill up the belly, and you may also feel your fingertips moving away from each other as your ribs expand. And exhale when you're ready. Breathe like this, inhaling, expanding the belly, expanding the ribs, but especially paying attention to the ribs, and exhaling when you're ready. Maybe pushing out a little more air than usual. And do 2 more like that. Feeling the expansion of the low ribs, and then feeling them contract as you exhale. 1 more. And remember, if you're not going at the same speed as I am, that's okay. Just keep breathing. Now bring your hands up under your collarbones, right here. So under there. And you may not feel much here, so don't force it. So again, inhale deeply. Notice what happens in the upper chest. In my body, not much. But in some people's bodies, you can really feel it. But every rib cage is a little different. And feel that expansion in the upper chest. The lungs are big. They go even above the collarbones and down to the diaphragm. So they can fill up a long way. And do 2 more of those, expanding maybe up into the collarbone area. And never feel like you're doing something wrong if you don't feel something that I say. You're doing what you're doing. And you feel what you feel. Now, if you like, leave one hand up at the collarbone area and put another one down at the low belly. And now we put it together. Now it's the 3-part breath. So keep breathing normally for a second. And the next time you're ready to exhale, exhale pretty completely. Bring that belly button in, and then inhale from the bottom up. Fill up the belly, fill up the low ribs, maybe fill up the upper chest, and then exhale the opposite way. Out of the upper chest, out of the low ribs, out of the belly. And when you're ready, do it again from the bottom up. Low belly, low ribs, upper chest, and like a wave coming out, upper chest, low ribs, low belly. And if this feels good, keep doing it. And you have your own rhythm. You find the rhythm that feels good to you. So just think about filling up the whole torso with air from the bottom up, and then letting it go back out from the top down, pulling in that belly button to make more room for the next inhalation. Some teachers teach both things starting at the bottom, because that physically is what is actually happening. That doesn't feel quite right to me, but if it feels better to you, we'll try that another time. Let's just stick with this right now. And the next time you exhale, whenever you're ready to exhale, do one more 3-part breath. And when you're ready to exhale, exhale pretty completely, and then release the hands, palms up or palms down, whichever you prefer. And pause for a few breaths. Notice what happens with your breath when you're not paying attention, when you're not trying to change it. Just let it come. And I have been told that if you do 5 minutes of this breath in the morning, all of your breaths for the rest of the day will be a little bit deeper, which is good to oxygenate the body and also get rid of the carbon dioxide. Okay, I think we're ready to start. So start by doing that rooster chin. I didn't call it this last time, but put 2 fingers on your chin. Now, bring your chin forward and notice what happens in your upper back. You can't really do that without this kind of slumping in the upper back. Now push your chin back gently and notice what happens in your upper back. Oh, hey, I'm sitting up straight. And then do that again. Coming forward, coming back. 2 more times. Coming forward, coming back. 1 more time. Coming forward, coming back. This time, stay here and take 1 big 3-part breath. And release. And roll your shoulders up and back and down and up and back and down. Good. The next time you exhale, let your chin come down to your chest. And when you're ready to inhale, lift your head up and look at the ceiling. Exhale, chin to the chest. Inhale, look at the ceiling. If that hurts your neck, remember you can support your head with your hands. We're just trying to keep our range of motion. And the next time you come up, do 1 more. So exhale down, chin to the chest. Inhale up, looking at the ceiling. And then come back down, chin to the chest for a moment. Let the shoulders go. And let's check back in with reality, with the present moment. Notice what you feel like right now. Notice what your neck feels like. With the weight of the head, letting those muscles in the back of the neck stretch. They work so hard all day, holding your head up. And then tick-tock your chin side to side, just gently, just maybe even an inch from side to side. Back and forth slowly. Slowly gives you more information. And the next time you go to your second side, so if you started on the right, the next time you go to the left side, Come back to the center, and then slowly lift your head up. And if your eyes are closed, open them. And notice how your neck feels. All right, turn and look over your right shoulder. Take your left arm out at a low angle and just little slow circles, or big, whatever feels good, with the whole arm. And then pause, rotate your palm up, little circles going the other way. And then pause, and stay there and open and close your fingers 3 times. Good. Bring the hand back to the shin, to the thigh. Bring your head forward. If you need a little shoulder roll, do a little shoulder roll. And the second side. But before you go to the second side, notice the difference between your right side and your left side. Now turn your head to the left. Take your right arm out at a low angle, little circles with the whole arm. And then pause, rotate the arm so the palm is up, little circles going backwards. Then pause, open and close the hand 3 times. Wide fingers, fist. Bring the hand back to the thigh, bring the head back forward. Notice if you've evened up the sides of the neck, and give yourself a little shoulder roll. Now look up with your eyes. Leave your head exactly where it is, and then look down. Guess what? There are muscles in your eyes too. Look up, look down. Look up. Now if this gives you a headache, don't do it. Look down. One more time. Look up, look down. Close your eyes. Let them rest. Good. Open your eyes again. Look over to the right. Look over to the left. Look over to the right. Look over to the left. Look over to the right. And over to the left. One more time. And over. And close your eyes. Let them release. Now blink your eyes open. Look up at 12 o'clock. And then move over to 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. Don't move your head. 6 o'clock. Mine wants to. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Close your eyes. Let them relax. And if that's enough for you, you don't have to do the next one. If you're starting to feel strained, then you can stop this part. Open the eyes again, blink them open. Look up at 12 o'clock, and we're going backwards, turning back the clock. 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, back to 12, close the eyes. Now rub your hands together until you feel a little bit of heat. And if after a while you still don't feel any heat, then imagine that you feel some heat. And when your palms feel a little bit warm, then just cup your palms over your eyes. And if you don't want to touch your face, because it's coronavirus time, just have them away from your face, but making it dark. And this is called a prana eye bath. So the prana is the heat, the energy, life force, whatever. And that's giving your eyes a little rest. And just feel that warmth, feel that, notice that darkness. let your eyes rest after doing those exercises. Take one more breath here. And then release. Great. And we did this one last week. Let's start with our left hand. Thumbs up. Start opening up the fingers as your arm goes back and your head follows your hand. And when you find a good spot to stop. Press your fingers back like you're going to press against a wall. And then turn your head the opposite way. And nod 2 times, like, yes, I can feel that in my arm. And then leave your head there and turn it forward as your arm comes forward. Bring your hand in line with your arm, and then slowly fold in the fingers as your head comes forward again. And release. If you need a shoulder roll, get a shoulder roll. Other side. Okay, follow your hand with your head, opening up the fingers as you go back. Find your spot, flex the fingers back, press against that invisible wall. Now turn your head the opposite way and nod 2 times. And maybe pay attention to where you feel that in your neck. Bring the hand back in line with the arm. And as you bring your hand forward and fold in the fingers, bring your head back. And there you are. And roll. Good. Now, bring your hands to a W. So you're making sort of a W here, all right? Squeeze your shoulder blades together and down. Not 100%, maybe 60%, right? Take 2 big breaths here. Then release the squeeze. And then we'll do it again. Squeeze the shoulder blades together about 60%. Bring them down. And breathe 2 big breaths. It's a little tricky doing a 3-part breath here, but try it. Now, bring your elbows up a little bit to cactus, so your elbows are even with your shoulders. Inhale, lift your heart a little bit, press your elbows back. Exhale, round your back, bring your forearms toward each other. They might touch, they might not. Inhale, lift, keep those elbows up. Exhale, bring the forearms together. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale back to just a regular old cactus. And release. And roll. Great. So that was sort of like a cat-cow, which we did last week. It was sort of the upper part of the cat-cow. But I want to make sure you're doing the whole thing on the cat-cow. So look at my back. I can do what we just did and just use my upper back. Okay? So that is not a cat-cow. A cat-cow, when I'm going up, I'm sticking out my tailbone. So I'm getting a curve here. And then when I do cow, I tuck my tail under and round. So inhale, stick the tailbone out. Exhale, tuck the tailbone in. Now some people's low backs will not do that. If you're one of those people, then do what you can do. And so, everybody's body is different. So let's do 3 more of those. Inhale, stick out your tailbone, lift your heart. Exhale, tuck the tail, round the shoulders. And again with this, doesn't have to be 100%. Just enough to make the vertebrae move. Because as I said last week, this is what presses out the old fluid in the discs and brings in the new fluid. And I don't know how many I said to do or how many we've done, but let's let that be the last one. And then come back to neutral spine. Make sure you're not sitting on your tailbone. And notice how your back feels. All right. So we're we're going to do what I call the diamond stretch. There's fascia, which is connective tissue in your back that kind of is shaped like a diamond. So we're going to stretch that, and it has fibers that go this way and this way and this way and this way, so you have to do different things. So feet are about hip width, maybe a little bit wider apart. Hands are on the knees. Inhale. Exhale, take your left shoulder down toward your right knee. Inhale, take your right shoulder over toward your left knee. Exhale, round your back, kind of like a cat pose toward the back of the chair. And then exhale over here again. Inhale over to the other side. Exhale to the back. And then inhale straight up. All right, that one was right. The first one was wrong. So let me try that again. Ready? Inhale. Exhale, left shoulder toward right knee. Inhale, right shoulder toward left knee. Exhale, the back toward the back of the chair. Inhale, sit up. One more. Exhale over down toward the right knee. Inhale over toward the left knee, or just keep breathing. Exhale, back to the back of the chair. Inhale, up. I can't tell you how long it took before I could say that and do it at the same time. Inhale up again. We're going the other way now. Exhale, right shoulder toward left knee. Inhale, left shoulder toward right knee. Exhale, your back toward the back of the chair. Inhale, back up. Exhale, right shoulder to left knee. Inhale, left shoulder to right knee. Exhale, back to the back of the chair. Inhale, up. One more time on this side. Exhale, right to left knee. Inhale, left shoulder to right knee. Exhale, back to the back of the chair. Inhale, up. And stop for a moment. Notice right now, in this moment, in the present moment, how does that back feel? How do you feel? What does your breath feel like? All right. Now, we're going to stretch our legs a little bit, and you have some choices here. You can do what we did last week, scooch up a little bit in your chair, and just have your leg out like that. You can use a towel, like this, and loop it around your foot. If you have a longer towel, it's better, because I'm having to kind of pull forward with this. Or if you have a bathrobe strap, belt, or a yoga strap, that's even better, because it's long enough. If you know anybody who does kung fu or something and has like their black belt or their purple belt or whatever, and they're willing to loan it to you, then use that. So take your right foot out, and I like to wrap the strap. If you're using a strap, I like to wrap it around my hand. Now, notice I'm not down like this. I am still straight up. Have your left heel right under your left knee. Pull back on the ball of the foot. Lift your toes up and then ask them to come toward your head. They won't, but ask them. Straighten your knee as much as feels good. This is a good stretch. If you're a person with hyperflexible joints, be careful. Keep a little bend in there. Pull back, lift your heart. I call this the charioteer's pose because it just reminds me of the chariot race in Ben-Hur. Those guys standing so tall with their reins. So inhale, nice and tall. Exhale, keep that shape of your back and just tilt forward at your hips. I'm pulling back on the strap. My elbows are into my sides. My head, my eyes are going past my foot. My toes are coming up toward the ceiling. I'm getting a pretty good stretch here. Take 2 nice breaths here. And if you can't take a big breath, you went too far. And the next time you inhale, press down on your left foot, and that'll help you to come back up. Keep that neutral spine. And exhale. Now, put your other foot in there and take the first foot out. I don't know why, but that always seems so elegant to me, right? Straight knee, as much as doesn't hurt. Toes up toward the ceiling and pulling back toward your face if they will. Nice sturdy right leg there. Pull back on the strap, shoulder blades together, lift your heart. Imagine you're in that chariot race, and then tilt your heart forward. Your eyes are going past your leg, way off into the distance. Keep your elbows in, keep those shoulder blades going down. Breathe. Notice if you have bent your knee and you could possibly maybe straighten it out just a little bit. And then the next time you inhale, slowly keep that nice neutral spine and come back up. And switch back to the first leg. Find your foundation on your left leg. Inhale. Exhale, pull in your knee. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, come on in. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend your knee, take it out to the right, and then remember, you can be here, you can be here, you can be here, or you can be here. So whatever shape works on your knee, never any pain in the knee. If you feel any pain at all in the knee, go lower. It's not worth it. Okay? So, nice. Keep this foot flexed. That protects the inside of your knee. Inhale, get nice and tall. Now already you're probably feeling some stretch right in here. If it's enough, stay right here. If you want more, keep that neutral spine and aim your heart past your legs and just tilt at the hips. It won't take long, and you don't have to go far before you're really going to feel a stretch right here. Don't go to 100%. Don't go to the point where it's like, oh my gosh, I can't wait till she tells us to stop. Just go to where it's a nice stretch. Keep breathing. And take one 3-part breath. Belly, low ribs, upper chest, out, and down. The next time you inhale, slowly come back up. Bring that knee in, give it a little hug. Thank you, knee. Maybe a little windshield wiper action here. Or actually, this is more the Charleston. And other side. So inhale straight. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale straight. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale straight. Exhale, pull it in, take it out to the side. This knee's different, so decide where you can go with this knee. And check out your knee. If it hurts at all, then go lower until it doesn't hurt. Inhale nice and tall. Notice on this side, is this enough? Nobody can see you. Nobody knows if you're like the best one. So just go to where it feels good. Tilt your heart forward if you want a little more stretch. And breathe. When you take a big inhalation, you'll feel it down where you're getting the stretch. One more big breath here. And then the next time you inhale, slowly come back up. Bring that knee in. Thank you, knee. A little more Charleston. If you want to do the hands, we'll do that one day. All right. Okay, I think we are ready for our sun salutes. So find your nice firm seat, firm feet, chin back, lift up on that imaginary string at the back of the top of your head. This is called mountain pose. You're solid, firm like a mountain. Feel your sit bones on the chair. Check back in with the present moment. Where was your mind? Ooh, find the present moment. Okay. Now remember, shoulder people, if you have shoulder issues, maybe this is your reach up. Maybe this is your reach up. Maybe this is your reach up. Whatever works for you. So inhale up. Exhale, fold forward, whatever that is for you. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, let's go to the left leg first this time. Pick it up, let it just dangle, and drop it. Walk the heels out. Don't fall off your chair. Inhale up. Exhale, keep this exact shape and just tilt at the hips. So the arms are still by the ears. Inhale, back up. Walk the feet back in. Grab your chair. Squeeze your elbows toward each other. Press down, lift your heart. Exhale. Walk your heels back out. Inhale up. Exhale, tilt. Now remember, if I'm saying exhale and you're inhaling or taking a whole breath, it doesn't matter. Inhale back up. Walk the feet back in. Get your right leg, lift it up, let it dangle, and drop. Inhale up. Exhale, halfway down, hands on the knees, heart forward. Inhale. Exhale, either just let it all go or go to your forward fold. Press down on your feet, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, and release. And you might want to close your eyes for a second, just notice how you feel after having done that whole sequence. And we'll do another one. So here we go. Open your eyes if they're closed. Inhale the arms to wherever up is for you. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, grab your right knee, lift it up, take it out to the side slowly, bring it back in. Guess what? Drop it. Inhale up again. Whoops, I forgot something. Let your feet come out. I can't think and do this at the same time. Exhale, tilt. Inhale, back up. Walk the feet back in. Press down on your chair. Squeeze your elbows together. Lift your heart. Exhale, release. Walk your heels back out. Inhale, up. Exhale, tilt. Inhale, up. Walk the feet back in. Pick up your left thigh. Up and out and in and drop. Inhale up again. There's a lot of that in this, isn't there? Exhale down halfway, heart forward, elbows back and in. Inhale. Exhale, either just let it all go, drape down, or do your forward fold. Press down on your feet. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale and release. And again, you might want to close your eyes. Just notice how you feel. All right, open your eyes, blink them open. Sit back a little bit on your chair. Walk your feet back until your heels are just starting to come up. Now this is for people who have strong knees. If your knees give you issues when you stand up from sitting, then keep your feet flat. So I'll show you the two ways we're going to do this. We're going to stand up and sit down 4 times. This is April 3rd. It's like 3, 2, 1, and then 0. So if you have knee issues, keep your feet hip width apart, keep your feet flat on the floor, and when I say 3, you're going to go as if you were going to stand up, but you're not actually going to lift off. And you'll notice that all of this tones just as if you were standing up, so you still get the benefit. If your knees are okay, scoot your feet back a little bit, just so your heels are just starting to come up. It helps your knees. And then you'll come all the way up or part of the way up. You don't have to go like all the way up. Okay, so get ready. Either flat feet if you're going to just do what we call butt lifts, or feet back if you're going to stand up. Ready? Here we go. Oh, arms. Some people find it easier to have their arms in front and you sort of lean forward and let them help you get up. Do that if that helps. Other people like it here, other people like it here. You can, whatever you want to do with your arms is fine with me. But if this is an issue for you, if you usually need the arms of the chair to get up, you might want to do it this way. Remember, take care of yourself. You could do the first one and the last one. You could do just the last one. I had a student once, and she would do the first one and the last one. We might do 20, she'd do 1 and 20. That's fine. Whatever works for your body. Here we go. So, 3, 2, 1. Okay, the next one we're going to say, yay for the sunshine. Yay for the sunshine. Yay! We have to be happy about stuff. Okay, come around to the back of your chair. And we're going to do what's called chair pose. Oh, we're in chair yoga after all. Now, one thing about chairs. If you're tall or you have long legs, and having your hands on the back of the chair is making you slump forward, get a taller chair. Get like a dining room chair or try to get a taller chair. I have a student in one class who borrows a different chair for just this part of the class. So it's important not to be rounded over. So you can pause the video and go get a taller chair if you need to. Okay, so ready? Chair pose. Send your weight back to your heels. Bend your knees like you're getting ready to sit on a chair. And you don't have to go very far. You're not sitting down. You're just going as if. All right? Press down on both feet. If you feel secure, bring your hands to heart center. Now lengthen up a little bit, unbend the knees a little bit, and then maybe bend them again. And you can have one hand on the chair, it's okay. And this time when you inhale, come all the way back up. Woo! And lift up on the balls of your feet. And then rock back and lift up the toes and the balls of the feet. So lift up the heels, and now lift up the balls of the feet. Lift up the heels, and lift up the balls of the feet. One more time, lift up the heels. This stretches the bottoms of your feet, which is really important. And then come back to flat feet. Walk your feet back into the half dog we did last week. So go until you feel like you're sort of parallel to the floor. Stick your hips back, bend your knees. The whole point is to lengthen your spine. This is not a leg stretch. So send your hips back, send the top of your head toward the chair. If you like, you can straighten one knee and then bend it, and then straighten the other knee and then bend it. And then look up at the chair and slowly walk back so you're standing behind the chair. Good. Put your weight on your right leg. So your weight's on your right leg, but your hip is not out. So press down on that right foot. Keep your hip in line with your shoulder. Lean forward a little bit. Take your left leg back. The foot is flexed, so your toes are going down toward the floor. Then, if you feel secure, reach out with your right arm. Whoa! There we go. Alternate arm and leg. Reach back with the leg, reach forward with the foot. Inhale, and then release. You need to wiggle, wiggle. Other side. Weight on the left. Press down on that foot to get up out of your hip. Lean forward slightly. Take your right leg back, toes toward the floor. Maybe add the opposite arm. Reach forward, reach back. Talk about diagonal fibers. And then come back up. And wiggle if you want. Now, if that was an effort, do that. Don't add the next thing. So, weight on the right. Take the left back. Reach forward with your right hand. Bend your elbow, bend your knee. Straighten out. Bend your elbow, bend your knee. Straighten out and come back up. Shake out whatever needs shaking out. Other side. Press down on the left foot, reach up out of that hip. Take the right leg back, left arm forward, reach forward, reach back. Bend and bend, and then straighten. Bend and bend, and then straighten. And come back up. Widen the feet, do some hula hoops. Look, Ma, no hands. You don't have to do that, but if you want to, you can let go. And then go the other way. We check our time. Oh, we're in good shape. Good. All right, let's come back. Now this is for your hip flexors. We want to keep them strong for walking, for being mobile. So, take your left, let me move this so you can see my feet. All right. Take your right leg out to the right. Your toes are pointing forward, if that's possible. Some people are so turned out that that really doesn't work. Toes are forward. Inhale, lift up a little bit more. Woo! And then cross in front of your left foot. And then take it back out to the side. And then bring it in and cross in back of your left foot. And then take it out to the side, lift up, and come on back down. Now notice I was doing that slowly. We don't want momentum to be what is moving the leg. We want it to be the muscles. Right, other side. Left leg out to the side, toes are pointed forward. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, maybe come across in front. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, come in back. Inhale, lift up, a little more, and come back down. Okay, we just strengthened these muscles, now we have to stretch them out. So, bend your right knee and look over your left shoulder. And then straighten, bend your left knee, look over your right shoulder. And do that again. So now we're stretching out those hip muscles. Okay, take your right leg out to the right. Turn the toes in, if you can. Inhale, lift. Woo! Exhale across. I really feel this one. Inhale, take it back out to the side. Exhale, go across and back. Inhale, back out to the side, lift, and bring it down. Other side. Take the leg out, turn the toes in, lift up, and then come in and across, maybe exhaling, maybe inhale out to the side, maybe exhaling across and back, which is very awkward, and then inhale over to the side, lift up, and then come back down. Same thing, maybe bend the left knee, look over the right shoulder. Bend the right knee, look over the left shoulder. It doesn't matter which one you do first. Do that again. Want to stretch it all out. And then we will take the last one. Out to the side, turn the toes out, which for most people feels pretty good. Inhale up, come across on an exhalation. Inhale back out to the side. Exhale, maybe here you want to curtsy, put down your toes and just bend your knees. Inhale, take it out to the side, lift up, and put it down. Other side. Out to the side, turn out, lift up, exhale across in front. Inhale back out to the side, exhale across and back, maybe a little curtsy. Inhale back out to the side, lift, and put your foot down. 3 sets. I call this roller derby because it's like you're looking behind to see if anybody's coming. So bending one knee, looking over the other shoulder. 3 sets. And for our balance pose today, we're going to do what's called tightrope. So turn sideways to your chair and take your outside foot. I'm facing this way, so my outside foot for you would be the right foot. Put that in front of the left foot. All right? And your toe can be touching or just slightly apart. Now, even up your weight. My weight always wants to be on my back foot, so I'm trying to even up my weight so it's on both feet. Bend your knees. Imagine a tightrope walker. They don't ever have straight knees. Now, loosen up your grip on the chair. Your other hand can be straight out like a tightrope walker. Some people find that easier. Now, find something to look at. It helps your balance if you have something to look at. All right, and then the other hand can either stay just touching the chair for confidence, or if you feel like you want to, you can take that one out to a T too. Notice whether you've rocked back onto your back foot. Notice whether your knees are still bent or not. Keep looking at your focal point. We call that a drishti in yoga. And keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. It doesn't count if you hold your breath. One more big breath here. Then slowly bring your hand back to the chair. Straighten up. Turn around. Oof, if you need to do anything in between, do that. Now take your left foot in front, whichever one is the outside foot. Even up the weight on both feet. Bend your knees. Find your focal point going this way. Decide, okay, did I like having that T arm or do I want to have my hand on my hip? I think I'm going to do the T arm again. Feel both feet. Now I will tell you, for balance poses, it is much easier to be on a flat surface like a floor with no carpet than to have carpeting. So I'm having a challenge here with this rug. Okay, and then do whatever you want to do with your right arm. Keep those knees bent. Keep looking at your focal point. Keep your head over your shoulders. If your head is way forward, see if you can bring it back, which might make you lose your balance, but it actually does help balance. Stay for another breath or two. Keep looking at your drishti. And the next time you exhale, slowly bring your hand back down to the chair. Turn back around and give yourself another half dog. Walk back. Bend those knees. Send your hips back, back, back. Send the top of your head toward the chair. Maybe wiggle your hips back and forth. Wag your tail. Feels good. Woo! And then look up at the chair and walk forward slowly. And this time you can bring yourself all the way back around to sitting down. And sit all the way back so your back is on the back of the chair. And take a moment just to settle in. Even though you're sitting back though, still try to sit on your sit bones. Now bring both feet forward and both arms forward. Just the seat of the hand, remember? And then flex, point. Woo! Flex, I got a good crack there. Point. Flex, point, flex, point. One more. Flex, point. And now some circles. Both feet can go the same way. I like doing opposite ways. It doesn't really matter. Your ankles are just getting a nice break here and then go the other way. And then some paddling. And then spread out the toes and the fingers, and then scrunch them. Maybe inhale as you spread, and exhale as you scrunch. Inhale as you spread, and exhale as you scrunch. One more time. Inhale, spread, exhale, scrunch. And then your legs need to be a little bit apart, And then do internal rotation, big toes toward each other, external rotation. Internal rotation, external rotation. One more. Internal rotation, external rotation. And now make yourself as comfortable as you can sitting in a chair, or you can lie down and put your legs up, or you can go lie on the sofa, whatever works for you. This is Shavasana, the end of every yoga class where you get to rest. Close your eyes if that's okay with you. And again, take a moment to be where you are. Notice the temperature of the air. Notice your breath. And take a long, slow inhalation, maybe a 3-part breath. And then exhale through your mouth like a sigh. And do that one more time. Big breath in. And as you exhale, imagine your whole body just softening into its shape. And I'll take you through what we call the koshas. And I always imagine these like those Petrushka dolls, those Russian dolls, where you go from layer to layer to layer until you get to that little doll in the middle. So the outside doll is the body. So feel your body. Feel everything that's touching a support. Let the weight of your body just relax into those supports. Let them hold you up. Feel the air on your skin. Feel whatever your hands are touching. Feel the texture of whatever the soles of your feet are touching. For a moment, feel your whole body. And now let the body go and feel your breath. Notice when you breathe in and notice when you breathe out. Maybe following the breath, coming into the nostrils, going down through the throat, down into the lungs, expanding, coming back up through the trachea, back out through the nose. Maybe noticing that the air that goes in is cool and the air that comes out has been warmed by the body. Feel anything related to the breath. You're not trying to control the breath, not trying to judge it or change it. You're just feeling what is, being in the present moment, being mindful of the breath. And now let the breath go. And notice your thoughts. Let the thoughts come. Don't try to stop them. But be the watcher of the thoughts, not the doer. You're just noticing what the mind is coming up with, manufacturing these thoughts. But they're not you. You are not your thoughts. And sure as shooting, there's going to be a little thought that takes you off on a journey. And you start planning or thinking or doing. And as soon as you notice that, let it go. And go back to just watching the thoughts. As if they were a silent movie that's just there to be watched. And over and over again, keep coming back. And now now leave the body, leave the breath, leave the thoughts, and allow yourself to just be. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. For a few moments, just be. Notice that you're breathing. Notice if your breath is shallow or deep. If it's shallow, for the next few breaths, bring in a little bit more air each time you inhale. Slowly deepening the breath, getting ready to move again. And when you're ready, start to move small things in small ways. Maybe just your fingers, maybe just your toes, maybe just your eyebrows. And then start to do whatever your body says it needs. We didn't do any twists today, so you might want to just twist side to side. Don't worry, I'll twist you next week. Maybe some shoulder rolls. I'm just throwing out ideas. You can do whatever you want. Maybe give yourself a hug. Thank yourself for doing yoga. And then give yourself a hug with the other arm on top. And think of one more thing to do to be ready to move into the rest of your day. And if your eyes are still closed, you can leave them closed. If they're not, you can either close them or keep them open. Bring your hands to heart center. And remember that Namaste means the light in me recognizes and appreciates the light in you. Thank you for coming today, and I'll see you again next week. Namaste. Bye. I miss you.